Hello everyone and welcome to Wednesday's Tapping. So here we're going to be releasing our lack, scarcity, poverty consciousness because that is the best way to begin to cultivate a consciousness of prosperity by releasing that old mindset of lack and scarcity and poverty. So all we have to do is we're just going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to hold it. We're going to let it out the mouth. We're going to take another nice deep breath in. We're going to hold it. We're going to let it out the mouth. We're going to take another nice deep breath in. We're going to hold it. And now we're going to let out the sound. Now, what I want you to do, eyes still closed, as you start to think about money, as you start to think about prosperity and whatever that may mean for you, I want you to notice if there's any tension, any fear, any anxiety building up inside of you. And just kind of wherever it's building up inside of you in your body, just kind of put your consciousness there. So maybe it's starting in your chest. Maybe your chest is starting to get a little tight. Maybe it's in your stomach. Maybe you're starting to get butterflies. Maybe you're starting to have some lower back pain or even some upper back pain, or maybe it's just in the small of your back. Maybe your legs are starting to hurt. Maybe you're starting to get a little bit of a headache. Maybe you're starting to get irritated or agitated. Maybe you are starting to get sleepy or tired. Just whatever it is for you, I want you to focus on that. Then I want you to give yourself a rating from 0 being, I have no fear about money. I completely know my divine inheritance. I live under the divine compensation. I live under, divine providence. And 10 being money literally slips through my hands like water. Okay? And just give yourself that rating, 0 to 10. You could even do 0 to 10 on the amount of anxiety that money gives you. 0, none, 10, a lot. Okay, and you can keep your eyes closed or you can open them if you're not familiar with tapping. And so what we're going to do is, for those of you that are not familiar with tapping, we're going to go ahead and put up our non-dominant hand. And we're going to put it up like this, like we're about to do a karate chop. Then we're going to take our dominant hand and we're going to take our pointer finger and our middle finger. We're going to put them together like we're doing Scout's Honor. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to put those two fingers just an inch below our pinky bone. And we're just going to start lightly tapping there. As we're lightly tapping, I'm going to be saying certain sentences and words. And you can just go ahead and repeat after me. Deep breath in. And let's begin. There have been times when it just didn't seem like I had enough to cover everything I needed to. There have been times when I felt overwhelmed by the amount of money that had to go out for bills and everything else. There have been times when it just didn't seem like we had enough for myself or my family, and that really stressed me out. Okay, deep breath in. We're going to go to the top of the head. And for those of you that aren't familiar with that, how to do that, just put your thumbs inside your ears. Go ahead and wherever your middle fingers meet, that's where you're going to start tapping. You can tap with both hands or you can just tap with one. And we're just going to say that there have been times when it just felt like the universe was telling me, you're not meant to be prosperous. I thought I was doing everything right. I was thinking positive. I was setting my intention. But nothing seemed to happen. And I felt really disappointed. And we're going to come down here to the third eye point. And we're going to go just right there, right where the eyebrows start. We're going to start tapping there. And we're just going to say, I felt really disappointed that I wasn't manifesting money, and I just couldn't understand why. And it started to really make me feel bad about myself. It started to make me believe that I wasn't worthy of abundance. We're going to come here to the side of the eyes, and we're just going to say that feeling of unworthiness, that feeling of not having enough, gave me a lot of stress, gave me a lot of anxiety. I wanted to change, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. We're going to come down here underneath the eyes, right there on the cheekbones. And we're just going to say, I kept on trying to figure it out, but nothing seemed to be working until I realized it's not that the universe doesn't want me to be prosperous. It's a part of my mind that believes I can't be. So we're going to go underneath the nose. We're going to start tapping there, and we're going to say, I now acknowledge and realize that the universe wants me to be prosperous. It's just a part of my mind that still believes in lack and scarcity, that tells me I can't have money, that money is too hard. We're going to come here on the chin, and we're going to say, I have this belief that making money is hard. I have this belief that money is hard to get, and money is hard to keep. Money is hard to save. And then we're going to come here to the collarbone, and you can either tap right there on the collarbone in the middle, or you can go ahead and tap on the sides of the collarbone. Either way is fine. And we're just going to say that a lot of my belief about money does come from my parents and comes from society. About how hard it is, about how you have to work really hard, and how money is just hard and you got to save just so you can get by. Then we're going to come here on the heart, and we're just going to say, this is a really old story I have about money, and it makes me really depressed. It makes me really anxious, and it makes me really sad. And I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of always believing that I don't deserve, or that money is really hard, or that saving is really hard, or finances is hard. I'm really tired of all of these old beliefs that have been keeping me stuck in my own lack and scarcity. And then we're going to come back here to the side of the hand, and we're going to start tapping there just an inch below the pinky bone. And we're going to say, I am willing to release all of the anxiety, all of the fear, and all of the negative thoughts I have about money. We're going to come to the top of the head. Once again, we're going to put our thumbs inside our ears. We're going to go up, and wherever our middle fingers meet, that's where we are going to tap. You can either tap with both hands or with one. And we're going to say, I am willing to release all of these old ideas I have about money. I'm also willing to release all the fear that I have that says there's just not enough for me. We're going to come down here to the third eye point. We're going to tap right there. And we're going to say, I am willing to recognize and realize that the universe wants me to be happy. The universe wants me to be abundant because it created me to have everything. There's just a little belief in my mind that says if I have everything, that means I'm selfish or I'm taking away from someone else. And we're going to come to the side of the eye, and I'm willing to release that belief now. I'm willing to release the belief that says I can't have everything. That if I do have everything, it means I'm selfish or a bad person. I'm willing to release that belief now. And we're going to come here to underneath the eyes, right there on the cheekbones again. And we're going to say, I'm willing to recognize that my abundance and my prosperity doesn't necessarily have to come from what I do. It comes from the universal source, which is always pouring abundance upon me in its variety of ways. And then we're going to come here underneath the nose, and we're going to say, I'm willing to release this belief I have that money's hard. And then we're going to come here on the chin. I'm willing to release the belief that money is hard. And then we're going to come here to the collarbone. Once again, you can either tap right there in the middle or you can tap on the sides. And we're just going to say, I am willing to release the belief that money is hard, that I'm not good at finances, that I can't do this. And then we're going to come over here to the heart, and we're going to say, and you can either say God, you can say universe, you can say whatever it is your higher power is. I'm just going to use the word God because that's what feels comfortable for me. You can use whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm going to say, dear God, I have this crazy mixed up belief that's really detrimental to me, that keeps telling me that I'm not worthy of money, that money is so hard, that I can't just make money, that making money is hard, and it has to be really hard work, and I can't enjoy it at all. I'm done with that story. 100%. I don't want it anymore, and it holds no more value for me. We're going to go to the center of the chest. Spirit, God, Jesus, whatever it is, your higher power it is, we're going to say, I am willing to put down the pen of my financial story. It's been very sad. It's been very upsetting. And I'm really done with it. This story I've written is sad and depressing. And I'm willing to put down the pen so that you may pick up the pen for me and write me a brand new story. One that is full of prosperity on all levels, one that assists me in really realizing that I not only deserve everything, but I am a part of everything. Okay, we're going to stop. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're just going to let that breath out. Now, something else that I want you to really consider for today, and this is actually a part of my Miracle Mindset Money, which is I want you to go ahead and I want you to write a list. And this list is going to say, money is. Okay? And I want you to write down all of those things that you say money is. Doesn't matter, good, bad, right, wrong. It's none of those things. It's what you believe money is. And then what I want to invite you to do is I want to invite you to begin for all those things that you've written about money. Money is hard. Money is self-absorbent. Whatever those things are, I want to invite you to release those. I want to invite you to forgive yourself for believing that. And then we can go ahead and we can start to turn that around. We can start to really create a new story around money. Money flows to me effortlessly. Money is an energy exchange. It helps me to help others. So just really kind of flipping that script around. But you have to be willing first to really do that deeper inner work of saying, okay, this is what I believe money is. You're naming it, you're claiming it. That way that you can deal with it. Because if you don't name it and you don't claim it, you can't really deal with it. So that is the added little bonus for today. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful to you, and I send you all my love, and I will see you tomorrow where we are going to be tapping on and journaling about trusting our intuition.